Welcome. Thank you for tuning in and watching this presentation. As you can see by the title, this video will be about the topic of medical laboratory technologies and how they are used to help in the problems we face when it comes to the dangers of drugs of abuse. Combating drugs of abuse with medical laboratory technologies. The most common way we go about this is with the use of drug testing. In this presentation, we will go over methods within the lab that do this. However, first we will cover the base of why it is an important topic. There are several fields of medicine in which drug testing is important. It is an essential part of diagnosis and monitoring within emergency medicine. It is very important for workplace drug testing when it comes to jobs involving transportation. For forensic toxicology, it can mean knowing the difference between the cause of death of the victim of a crime. People may be given drugs without their knowledge to incapacitate them or for the purpose of robbery or sex. Drug testing is also important for avoiding performance enhancement in athletes of professional sports. These people are role models and should not be engaged in illegal drug use. What is a drug? A drug is a substance that produces a change in biological functions when consumed. In this presentation, we will be focusing on illegal substances that some people use for the physical and mental effects they have. Drug or substance abuse refers to consumption of illicit drugs or to chronic use of a drug that interferes with a person's normal activities. It can involve illegal drugs purchased on the street, prescription drugs taken in excessive doses, or legal toxicants. Some of the consequences of drug abuse are mental, physical disabilities, long-term health problems, risky behavior, not meeting responsibilities, altered social relationships. How do drugs of abuse affect people, families, communities, and society? People of all ages suffer the harmful consequences of drug use and addiction. Teens who use drugs may act out and do poorly in school or drop out. Using drugs when the brain is still developing may cause lasting brain changes and put the user at increased risk of dependence. Adults who use drugs can have problems thinking clearly, remembering, and paying attention. They may develop poor social behaviors as a result of their drug use, and their work performance and personal relationships suffer. Parents' drug use can mean chronic, stress-filled homes, as well as child abuse and neglect. Such conditions harm the well-being and development of children in the home and may set the stage for drug use in the next generation. Babies exposed to drugs in the womb may be born premature and underweight. This exposure can slow the child's ability to learn and affect behavior later in life. They may also become dependent on opioids or other drugs used by the mother during pregnancy, a condition called neonatal abstinence syndrome. What are sources of influence? Any age, gender, or socioeconomic background can develop addiction. The likelihood and rate at which addiction develops can be influenced by various factors, including peer pressure, family history, and having pre-existing mental health disorders. A higher risk also applied to younger people and those with lower incomes and educational levels. The links between media, society, and culture are deeply intertwined. These links have come together to change the perception of substance use. Popular movies, television shows, and songs about drug use have become common. The media has become both a reflection of cultural norms and a machine that reinforces them. In a society that constantly engages with digital content, frequent mentions of substance use can blur the line between awareness and endorsement. Research shows that adolescents exposed to frequent depictions of drugs and alcohol are more likely to experiment themselves. Further, when media trivializes or romanticizes substance use, it can make these behaviors feel more familiar and socially acceptable. What can the lab do? In patients who have abused or who are currently abusing drugs, symptoms of a psychiatric illness may be mimicked by either the drug's presence or absence. The laboratory can aid in making a diagnosis and consider if drugs are the cause of psychosis, depression, mania, and personality changes. In a general workplace occupational setting, the ability to do drug testing has been used as an early indicator that a problem exists and a successful prevention tool is available. Medical laboratories have the ability to process a range of different sample types, such as blood, urine, hair, oral fluid, forensic samples, tissue samples, and even mother's milk. Drug residues remain in certain sample types longer than in others, such as some drugs will be undetectable in urine 24 hours after consumption, whereas hair samples retain some drug residues for up to 3 months after consumption. Hair samples are also less invasive to obtain. Drugs of abuse screening technology allows multiple substances to be detected at the same time from a single sample and is proving to be groundbreaking for toxicology and laboratories. Medical laboratory testing technologies. Analytic technology in drug abuse testing is possible with an understanding of available testing methods. These include drug screens by thin layer chromatography, comprehensive testing using enzyme immunoassay, and computer assisted gas chromatography mass spectrometry, or GCMS. Testing for specific drugs considered likely to cause psychiatric complaints is available with enzyme assays, radioimmunoassays, or definitive forensic quality testing using GCMS. The process of testing in the medical laboratory. The analysis of a biological sample for drugs of abuse is a two-part process. A laboratory will conduct an initial test, screening test, followed by another test on the sample to confirm the results. The application of immunoassays is the first test to screen for drugs of abuse. Immunoassay tests are based on the antibody-antigen reaction. They provide a fast and straightforward way of determining if drug metabolites are present in the sample. New immunoassay technology is capable of detecting multiple substances at one time. These tests can be done on a range of biological sample types. If initial testing produces a positive result, then a confirmation test on the sample is done. This involves more labor and resource intensive confirmation testing methods, such as high performance liquid chromatography mass spectrometry, and gas chromatography mass spectrometry. Modern automated immunological technologies. Modern technologies are now automated and can provide accurate results at high speeds. Lab-on-a-chip technologies have been developed to consolidate a number of tests onto miniature chips. These are multiplex immunoassays that are based on ELISA principles and can detect multiple drugs of abuse from one patient sample, leading to more time and labor effective screening. Why medical laboratory technicians are valuable in this way? Medical technologists face ongoing challenges with the integration of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and automation in drug testing and blood banking. The development of professionals within the field is important and ensures that medical technologists remain at the forefront of STEM fields. Their role in educating others and fostering collaboration further strengthens their impact on public health initiatives and underscores their importance in the healthcare industry. In the field of drug testing, medical technologists play a very important role in both performing laboratory procedures and interacting with clients. The process of drug testing involves collecting specimens such as urine or blood and analyzing them for traces of illegal or prescription drugs. To ensure accurate and reliable results, medical technologists must follow rigid protocols and utilize appropriate testing systems. For individuals overcoming addiction, regular drug testing provides an additional layer of accountability and supports sustained recovery. By discouraging drug use, testing helps individuals remain clean and focused on personal and professional responsibilities. The detection of new drugs of abuse presents a significant challenge to toxicology laboratories and legal authorities alike. Because of the social and cultural factors, drug policies vary from country to country. Technology affects drug abuse across borders. The internet is playing a growing role in spreading information about new psychoactive substances and increasing their availability. The rapidly growing problem of so-called designer drugs, developed by modifying the chemical structure of existing drugs or the synthesis of new drugs, means that traditional drug detection methods are being challenged. There is a clear need for testing solutions which can adapt with the evolving picture. Drugs of abuse screening technology that allows for multiple substances to be detected at the same time from only a single sample offer a good solution and is proving to be groundbreaking for toxicology laboratories. Thanks for watching. That was the presentation here. Here are my sources in case you wanted to learn more information.